Hey there, people. The first thing I wanted to talk to you about today, and the purpose of this video, is to stress again the importance of having your website, your web presence in general, but your website in particular, because that's what you have the most control over, having it built so that it is mobile friendly. And that has a lot to do with how easy it is to use, how information is presented. Um, and Google has provided now a series of tests to evaluate mobile friendliness, the first which was on Google Webmaster Tools and was a fairly basic test that just looked at the overall usability of a page. And then they kind of paired that test with the existing Google PageSpeed Insights test, and then the combined test became pretty much the new benchmark in terms of how a site is evaluated for mobile friendliness. And as you see, and don't let anyone tell you that it isn't important, because it is important. Google's also found that more people are now searching for things that they want on the web with a mobile device now than are with a desktop computer, a laptop, or a tablet. Well, a tablet's technically a mobile device, so that counts on the mobile device side. But okay, so a big shift has occurred, and everything's going mobile, and that's people are out and about and looking for things. That's when they're searching for what they want, and they're using their mobile device. Okay, so now if you go to Google search now, as we are here, you see this little pop-up that Google's put in here asking you to test your site with Google. Does this show up to everyone? I don't know. I think probably you have to be signed into Google search or the Google Chrome browser, which is what I'm using here, which makes you signed into Google search. And then so it also knows your Google Plus profile, and if you have a website associated with it. And that's probably some of the criteria it uses to show the test your site with Google pop-up here. But what happens if we say test now? Let's see where we go. Okay, we come right here to the latest version of the Google Mobile Friendly test, which has the old Mobile Friendly test and Google PageSpeed Insights incorporated. So let's see how my site does. Let's go back here. And let's see how we do. And remember, you can't just test your home page. You have to test every page of your site, because every page can either be or not be mobile friendly depending on what's on that page and what things are used with the page. Oh, look at that. My mobile friendliness is 89, my mobile speed is 100%, and my desktop speed is 94%. There you go. See, that's what is possible. And that isn't really that easy to achieve. It's, you have to really work on building a site that is optimized for mobile. And part of that is making a fairly minimal site. I mean, sites that are being built now, really, and that were only built a short time ago, that are just really top heavy with video and video backgrounds and huge images and lots of little bells and whistles and things that move are not good for mobile. They don't show up really anyway on mobile. And if mobile is now the platform that you have to build for, then it's natural that you're going to have a stripped down mobile version of a site. And if you're a larger business, and you have deeper pockets, you may want to have essentially a separate desktop site that has all those bells and whistles and a mobile site. And Google search is equipped to be able to know what those two sites are without penalizing you for duplicate content or anything. It's just as long as they're set up properly, and that's beyond the scope of what we're talking about now. All I wanted to say is, now that Google has that little pop-up in search, it's just one more way Google is reinforcing how important the mobile friendliness is to your website, because it is definitely a ranking factor in search now, and as such it's something that is going to determine whether you show up or not in search results. It's one of the things at least that's going to show up, determine it. And especially if somebody is searching for you on a mobile device, if you're not mobile friendly and your competitors are, then they're the ones that are going to show up and you're not. So please keep that in mind, and if you need any help, we will be happy to help you. I'm happy to help you, and I'm sure there are a lot of other people, and I have a proven track record here of being able to optimize a site to get 3 green scores. You can't always get 100% in all 3 areas, but as long as you get all 3 areas, mobile friendliness, mobile speed, and desktop speed, into a green score, you're on the top of the heap. You're probably on the top 1% of sites on the web if you can achieve that with all the pages on your site. I don't even think I have it at this point with all of the pages on the site, but I have it with the home page and some other pages. So this should be the goal. It's not something that is necessarily quick and easy, because I know what works and I know how to do it, but a lot of websites, even WordPress websites that are out there, are not set up that way to start with. Somebody else built it. They use different plugins. They use this. They use that. They have some of their own code thrown in there. And all of these things might make it harder to achieve the goal of having 3 green scores. And if you don't believe that not many sites have it, I participated in a video with some of Google's mobile friendliness experts, and volunteered my site as a guinea pig that they could go ahead and test while they were doing the video, and they did test that, and here's their reaction.
Volunteers, you wanted to talk about those sites that were here?
Yes, we had one volunteer, so this brave volunteer will go ahead and pull up as well.
Yeah, here's the page. Let's actually put it in Page Speed Insights and see what it says, because it's fun to do these things. Suspenseful, it's exciting, and I think the good news, by the way, is that this page was pretty good. I can't paste for some reason, because this actually is a Chromebook. Let's try it that way. There we go. Here it is. Analyze. Specialized digitalmarketing.com. Need a drum roll or something, or some sort of theme music to make this more exciting. 87 out of 100. That's a super good score.
Nice.
We rarely see scores that good, so kudos to you.
Yes.
Let's look at the site and DevTools now.
I'm inserting it right here. Okay. And there you have it. Even Google does not see very many sites that get 3 green scores on their mobile friendliness test. So it's something that I've worked at for a long time, and I'm kind of proud of that accomplishment. And if you want some help and you want to take your site in that direction, I mean, if we can't get it to all 3 scores being green, we can probably at least get it better than it is now. If we were to rebuild the whole site, then yes. And as long as I'm on that, one of the biggest limiting factors beyond how the site is built is the server you're on. If you're on shared hosting at, GoDaddy, Bluehost, HostGator, one of those big hosting companies, you're going to have a hard time getting to the kind of level of speed that the mobile test wants. Now, I have my site hosted on Bluehost. I'm on a virtual private server, which makes it faster, not super fast, but faster. And I'm also using a content delivery network, which speeds it up some more. So that combination lets me get 3 green scores in addition to everything that I've done on site. Now, I've done everything on site properly, and on a shared hosting account, I still have a hard time getting those 3 green scores just because of the way shared hosting is. So that's something else to keep in mind. If you really want a top performing site built on WordPress, I can definitely do that for you, but it might involve changing the type of hosting plan you have, maybe even your hosting company, and adding on some extras like a content delivery network. But it is doable, and if you want to be on the top of the heap, it can really help, along with other things like having an HTTPS instead of HTTP domain SSL certificate, and buying out your domain for the maximum of 10 years. All these things can help. There's so many things that all work together to make a really top performing website, and these are the things that I can do for you, for your website, for your business. And feel free to call me, email me, text me, get me on Hangouts, whatever you want to do. Hit me up on LinkedIn, and I will be happy to help you. Thanks a lot. See you again.